there's different ways you can go ahead and view your model. It's really nice to know all the possibilities because your model can get quite complex really fast, and it helps to know how is the different ways to take a look at it, so you can select things easily than having to have to either go with the layers and so on and so forth. So this is the build in M1. I'm just gonna come here and hide my 24/7 panel and take a look at the front view. By the way, I like 3D modeling. I'm quite enthusiastic, so if I'm going too fast, feel free to let me know and I will try to slow down. But so here at the top of our BridgeCAD, I'm sorry. So this tools right here at the very top, this is the access toolbar, and you will see them quite often, even on your 3D modeling space, on your mechanical space, and your BIM modeling space. You can always access them on the toolbars from here as well if you don't get to see them. But those are actually to hide and show entities. You can, of course, access them as well from the quad. So if I select this 3 windows here, I can come here to my quad, go through the select tab, and I get the same options as I show you right on the top bar. So if I come here and select to hide them, there you see now my windows are hidden. I can also choose to isolate. So if I select now this other windows, and again, I can do it either from the top or I can just come here from the quad and select. I mean, now it's suggesting because the quad already sort of recognized the way I work. But if that doesn't do it for you at the beginning, you can just come here. And now I have this windows isolated. Now, the nice thing about using this versus using layers is that you can select an actual entity instead of selecting the layers, because of course a layer is going to isolate everything that is on that layer instead of the entities you selected yourself. So now I can bring everything back. I'm on the non-selection mode on my quad, and if I come here to general, I can access the show entities tool. So now I can bring everything back. You can also have the same tools such as a show, view, and hide from the structure browser. So just give me a second because I was following along a little bit with Claire, so I'm going to change my structure to the BIM structure. And if I come here to any of these entities, actually, for example, let's take a look at the windows. I can go ahead and say that I want to hide them, and as you can see now I hide them. I can bring everything back up, and if I say just walls, I can also maybe isolate those, or the other way around, hide them. So yeah, you can also view your model using the structure browser. Now, in case you don't get to see those options or the structure that might, like the tree structure, the hierarchy you see here, as Claire mentioned, it's probably then you can follow along on the PDF where it shows you the settings, and it will be here on the options. And the way everything has been now structured is due to the select entities when selected in the tree. So that's in case you don't get to see the same thing I have, just make sure that you have this option enabled. Navigating in 3D, so I mean, almost everybody does have a mouse, but in case you don't have a mouse, you can also navigate your view through the view tabs. So here in the ribbon, if you come to view, then all the way here to the left, you have some options. So you have the zoom and then you have navigate. For example, if you want to orbit around, then you just click here. And if you have a trackpad instead of a mouse, then you can do the same thing as if you had a mouse. So same thing as panning and rotating and some zoom in real time that can become handy sometimes when the increments, you want to have a little bit more control on the increments, how it's zooming in or zooming out. And then of course we have the widget here, the look from view. There's some really nice additions now with the V21. So if I right click here, you have access to the UCS. You can I'm going to skip this one for a second. You can do the visual styles. You can view your isometric or twist mode, UCS, perspective, if you want to have a complete ortho look on your model. I'm just going to put back my perspective, and you can check out also the look from settings. You can change a few things. And what we had added now in the V21 is that you can add views. So it works a little bit like setting a camera. So whatever views you set here, you can then access them from the content browser and also add them to any sheet layout that you have. Let's see. Some of those settings can also be accessed on the properties panel. For example, the perspective, you can also switch them here as well. I'm just gonna keep it on. And also the visual styles can also be controlled from here. Now, when it comes to selecting entities, I just want to emphasize this, you should really pay